All right, and welcome to the Rogue Trader Zigdao Bitcoin Options Fund Daily Summary. Although we didn't do one yesterday because yesterday was complete and total chaos, and we had a lot of large accounts and client accounts to manage, and sometimes this little one gets left by the wayside. So we're a little bit late, and we did have a couple issues too over the last couple of weeks where Richard was away or I was away. We didn't have access, so it was little challenging. Some positions got away from us that we normally would have nipped in the bud, but it doesn't matter. Even though the equity might technically be down, the intrinsic value is stored, and we'll get it all back. Whether it takes an extra week or two or three or month, that's fine. We can see the market here is coming off a bit, a little bit of a sell-off. I mean, hey, we had some pretty big moves, so it's not really a big surprise, a big shocker. We did some adjustments, and we did get basically long. But you can see we're still a little longer than we probably normally would like. But hey, I don't expect pullbacks to be long-lived, and I don't expect them to go too deep. So I'm not too concerned about anything like this. I did do a lot of surging on this account yesterday. I did not have a chance to make a video, but basically I was taking care of in the money calls and just moving that risk around. But we're pretty happy right now. We've spread out our risk. We still have a lot of, you can see a lot of the short dated coverage we have on by with long puts, where we were using them to control our margin as we moved the risk around. And that's something that we spend a lot of time with on our member calls each day. So if you're interested in how we're doing that and how we're manipulating it using futures and options to maybe manipulate's the wrong word, but to make sure the margin doesn't get out of check. You're very, very important. You run out of margin, you're kind of hooped. As long as you have margin, you can keep adjusting until you're able to pull the value back. But yeah, other than that, I think we're pretty happy. We had a lot of difficult positions March 29th. We're probably just going to, offset that with futures if it ends up being a problem. Who knows? Maybe we'll pull back to 55. We still got a full month for that. So I'm not going to get too concerned about it, but steady as she goes. In fact, our book value is almost double the account, or it was earlier. So again, the equity goes down. Not a big surprise to sellers. That's just normal operations for option sellers, and we should all get that most of that back within the next 30 to 45 days. The one thing I was going to say is we are doing our best to generally stay net long, because we do believe that Bitcoin's price will continue to depreciate because supply is much smaller than demand. Demand largely by almost 10x outstrips supply right now, and that's going to be compounded after the halving in April. So, take advantage of the pullbacks, enjoy them, use them to, pick up more depending on what your strategy is. And, maybe pull back any short calls that you've sold, buy those back. We're going to sell calls very selectively going forward because we're going to be in, and we are in, price discovery mode. I mean, 64,000 the other day was, 4,000 off its all-time high. So it's really not a stretch of the imagination to think that Bitcoin couldn't be 100,000 in 1 or 2 or 3 months. Or more. Who knows? Who knows? It could go down to 40,000 too. Anything's possible. It's trading, but the point is to roll the punches. Now we don't often, we're not often directionally biased. Richard and I are very agnostic in our trading, except for sometimes we do. There's particular assets, circumstances, markets where we're very directionally biased, and it's usually for a very short period of time. This bias in Bitcoin, I think, is a little bit more long-term. We expect most of the year to see appreciation of value. But when we have big moves up, it's usually accompanied by some big moves down. So expect to see some violent candles, violent price moves in both directions as Bitcoin figures out what it's going to do. So that's the summary for today. Tomorrow is options expiry. There's a lot of open interest at 60,000. Not a big surprise. We're heading back to 60. There's also a lot at 65. So let's see what happens going into expiry tomorrow, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Hey, and thanks for watching our daily summary video. For those of you who want to learn more, I would invite you to come and watch the full videos. These full videos are where Richard and I sit down every day, sometimes multiple times per day. We discuss the market, the metrics, our account, everything you can possibly imagine, and we execute the trades in real time. You get to see it all. Where else could you see professional fund traders do this in an account specifically set up for you, the viewer, to learn all the tips and tactics we've learned over the last 50 years combined? Now, this is for silver members and above. If you go to roguetrader.academy, silver members and above get access to this live stream every day, as well as the recordings. On top of that, there's a weekly Ask Me Anything call. And as the name implies, you can ask us anything. Plus, you get access to all of our courses. We put out a new course every 3 or 4 months approximately. Plus, you get access to our interactive live alerts Telegram channel. And this is a Telegram channel where we're putting our trades in real time as we make them, but it's interactive. That's what makes it different. So you can ask us questions. We will chat back and forth during the day with all of our members. It's super, super incredible value. So do yourself a favor, head over to roguetrader.academy, join up, and we'll see you soon.